Then there's another group of people, probably the majority of people, who see that there are legitimate issues with New York City, but the education system has failed them so miserably that they have no idea how to fix it. Like, yes, New York City is extremely expensive, and government policy is largely what has made it that way. So of course, someone who comes in and says, well, everything's just going to be free, sounds great to people who are rightfully concerned about prices, but don't know anything about economics or history.
So NY has a new mayor, and a lot of people are upset with the outcome of the election, especially on the elected candidate, Mamdani. A lot of people actually feel it's more of the young ones that had voted him in, because a lot of them don't know what they're doing, and because a lot of them are mostly liberal to these things at their age. But as they tend to age gradually and slowly into old age, their perception to things and to life in general will change. It's so sad and devastating to see that a lot of people still live in delusion in this year 2025. Some people actually come out and vote with their emotion instead of using their head before they vote. He has promised you this, he has promised you that, everything will be free transportation, free rent, free this, free that, and you all have believed it. It's easier for a politician to come out there and lie to your face and lie to you people, and you believe it all. That's so absurd. If you're all certain that Mamdani is bad, so why elect him into this position? Why exactly? You already know this is the way this man is, and the city as a whole will be at risk. But you guys have elected him in, and now you feel like all the promises he made will not come into manifestation. Were you not thinking when you went to cast your votes? That's a very big question.
Mamdani won yesterday because the education system failed my generation. 75% of voters under the age of 30 supported Mamdani. And there are essentially two types of people in this group. First, there are the people who actually hate America and want to destroy it. You know, the ones they're chanting globalize the Intifada, want to assassinate everyone who makes more money than them, and think it's a tragedy that the Soviet Union collapsed. Then there's another group of people, probably the majority of people, who see that there are legitimate issues with New York City, but the education system has failed them so miserably that they have no idea how to fix it. Like, yes, New York City is extremely expensive, and government policy is largely what has made it that way. So of course, someone who comes in and says, well, everything's just going to be free, sounds great to people who are rightfully concerned about prices but don't know anything about economics or history. But government-controlled rent, grocery stores, and healthcare are not going to make these issues better. Because once the rich people that the Mamdani voters hate so much either leave the city completely or run out of money for the government to take, they're going to first have to deal with lower quality of services and then shortages. And this is all so frustrating for those of us who have either read a book about this stuff or who are even just paying attention to what's happening in, say, our own country in like California, or who are paying attention to other countries that have gone down this path, like Venezuela or Cuba. But what's most concerning to me isn't necessarily the economic issues, even though those are going to be an issue. The bigger concern for me is the growing number of people who know what socialism is and know what it leads to, but they want it for America because they hate America and want to destroy it. And the ignorant majority is giving them what they want. Because it's not just the economy that politicians have access to, they also have access to the education system and law enforcement. And with access to these parts of our society, they can intentionally make things worse and then point to things getting worse and say, look, the American project was always doomed to fail. Mamdani is the product of a cycle where people who want America and the West destroyed are creating an environment where they can easily manipulate the ignorant majority into supporting these policies that are going to actively destroy the country. Remember that desperate people are extremely easy to manipulate. People should fear socialism the same way that they fear Nazism, and the fact that they don't shows how far the brain rot goes. The only way to beat this is to start by arming people with facts. If we can't turn this around, and turn this around soon, the country will start to look like the Soviet Union, or maybe even something worse.
This lady is so smart. The way she talked, everything she said literally made a point. Why are people so ignorant? And why do you think these people will come in and fulfill all your wishes? The hardship would be eased out. How possible is that? How do you think all the taxes will stop? You won't be paying for your rent. You have everything free because it's coming into power. And you believe that? People are really so naive and really so ignorant. You think a politician who is actually a narcissist will do what they promised you to do? Oh my God. That's really so laughable.
I'm just gonna say it. Liberal women, young liberal women, are the biggest threat to our country right now. Time I say, like I keep saying, I'm gonna steer further away from talking on politics, and then something happens, and here we are again. So Zohran, so you don't mess with the Zohan. That's all I can see when I see that name. Yeah. So he won New York last night. Congratulations, New York, you're cooked. So congrats on that. Article that I just read said that 80% of the votes for him were from young white women under 30. Now I'm going to give it about a year before New York is completely trashed, financially crashed out. The housing market is already trash. Everything's going to crash out there. You think tourists are going to come to New York now? Because they're not. You're going to lose all of your tourists that come into New York. Women are about to be valueless in New York. But hey, you'll have free buses, right? Because that's what you voted for, was free buses. I've seen 2 people say that now. You don't even know what you voted for.
Exactly.
You have no idea. So in a year, when you realize how bad it is there, stay there. Don't leave. Don't try to come south. We don't want you. Just.
I want to ask a question. Why is it so hard in New York City? Why is there so much hardship? Why are people really suffering in New York City? So many ignorant young women, young people out there that are so naive, and they think with this little sweet talking of a politician, all your wishes will be met. These people, majority of them are narcissists. They would never do what they promised you they were gonna do. It's just a way to get around it. Just a mind game. If you understand how politics works, politics is a mind game. Knowing how to play your cards well and getting it right. That's what he has just done. And I will not be shocked if Mamdani actually fails New York, and the blame will be put on Trump. Trump administration is not doing this, it's not working, it's not doing. You guys will not remember you were the one that put him in power. You were the one that put him as the mayor of New York. It's so absurd and laughable that because he promised you guys will have free buses, free this, free that, free rent, you feel you won't pay the things you need to pay for. This is so laughable and so absurd. He told you all that the rich and the billionaires will be the one to pay for these things for you guys, and you believed it. How weird does that sound? Someone needs to pinch me because it's really so weird. It's so unfortunate that you guys have believed it all. Like, so laughable, and I want to know what you all think about this. Till then, I'll see you in the next video. To this.